little sign up before we get into this video here. The main audio from my main mic that actually got deleted during editing somehow. I don't know how, but I really like all the stuff that was said in this video, so I'm just rolling it with my backup mic, which is the reason why we run a backup mic while doing this, and it worked out great, I hope. I haven't seen the actual edit just yet, so good luck, future Chris. Let's get into the video. What's up, guys? It's Chris here, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about the Yongnuo YN-300, an affordable LED light panel for under $80. Now, what's actually included in the box with this thing? First up is the light itself. It is a bicolor light, so it has 300 LEDs, 150 of which being the daylight balance and the other 150 being tungsten balanced. And in addition to that, there's two diffusion panels with it, a clear one and an orange one. I've never used the orange one, so let's get that out of the way. It does also include a remote, a little stand, and a little handle for it, but those I've never really used. They always felt really cheap and easy to break. The remote I never was able to get to work. The handle is just made of cheap plastic and aluminum, and then the little foot was just all plastic, so those things would have broken within a day if I was actually using them. So I just put those in the bag to never be seen again. I really need to throw this away, if anything. But the light itself does have barn doors actually already installed onto it. You cannot take these off. They are literally just bolted on there. And on the side here, there's little slots that you can slide your little diffusion panels in there. I'm sure you can get some off-brand ones for these and try to get some different colors for different gels and stuff, but I've never actually looked around online for those. But if you know how to make those, then there's a marketplace for that. You can totally do that. Just do it! Alright, now that we got the useless crap out of the way, onto the light itself. Now the light does have barn doors to help you shape the light. Then it also has the little diffusion panel screen on the side so you can slide it in. It does not offer much diffusion. It just goes directly in front of the LEDs, so it pretty much just acts like a single layer of diffusion. It doesn't do much of anything. Really cheap way to handle this without actually getting diffusion paper. Walmart bags. Yeah, that's what I've been doing. That's what that light over there right now has on top of it is a Walmart sack. DIY. Now the light itself does actually have a couple different ways of powering it. First up is my personal favorite way, Sony NP batteries. I have these things laying around all the time so I can just pop them on the charger, pop them in here, and it works just fine. And there's also an option for AC power right here. It is the same size as a usual laptop adapter. They do not recommend you using it because it puts too much power into this thing and could fry both of them. I've done it. It was not a good idea. There's a whole bunch of whining and hissing in the thing, so I'm pretty sure I fried something. Good thing it was an old laptop charger, so I didn't really need it. But just a general safety thing, don't do that. Buy the actual adapter, which is only $20 as opposed to a laptop charger's $50 or $60. And this thing has a couple different controls in the back here. It has this nice little LED screen right here, and a couple different buttons right here. There's the battery button, which shows P9 because it's full battery. Just pull this thing off the charger. Channel, there's 8 different channels that you can cycle through, so you can use the remote to change that. Yeah, I never really found out how to use the remote. The remote just didn't start working for me at all, so the channels were practically useless. Then you have fine and coarse settings. Fine increases the number by 1, and then coarse raises it up by 10. It reaches a max of 99, which is essentially 100% power, and then a minimum of 0. Who would have thunk it? And this button right here alternates between the 5500 Kelvin and the 3200 Kelvin. So, boom, boom. I personally keep it on 5500 Kelvin almost the entire time, but it's up to personal preference there. Sometimes you need a 3200, sometimes you need 55. I just prefer 55, so that's why I pretty much shoot everything in. And going on from there, you have a couple different mounting options for this thing. On the bottom, it is a cold shoe mount, so you can stick this on top of your camera if you need to. There's also a little screw hole in the bottom, so you can screw it into your tripod or any of your little light stands that you have laying around. Now going on to that, into the actual light quality, I am personally pleased with this thing. This thing has always been able to deliver exactly the type of light I need. Even if I just have to throw a little bag over for diffusion. It's not a $600 aperture light, but it's definitely worth the $60 that you pay for it. I have noticed a little bit of a green twinge in it every now and then, but that's nothing a little bit of color correction can't fix. And honestly, this thing is probably one of the best lights you can get for the money because it puts out a decent amount of light. Works for pretty much any setup. This thing, I got this one first, and then I got the YN-360 after that. And these are the only 2 lights I used for this whole YouTube thing. I've been thinking about getting some more lights, but every time I'm like, where would I use it? What would I need it for? Because I'm already properly lit, the background's lit up with all the other lights and stuff I have in the background, which I just noticed aren't even on. One second. There we go. That's better now. There's actually some background definition and they're shinies again. Now build quality wise, this thing is a little lacking. It's made of aluminum, so it looks nice, it feels nice, but it does dent easily. Like I just thrown this thing in the bag one time and the barn door is just dented all in the front right here, which you guys might be able to see. I don't think you can. Yeah, like right through here, it's a little dented up from that. And that was just me throwing it in the camera bag, nothing really too crazy. And then I guess the one thing that you guys really need to know if you should buy this thing, the lighting. So I'm gonna put this thing about 5 feet behind the camera and project the light onto me without a bag to diffuse it and show you guys how that looks. It's about 3 feet away just behind the camera, and yeah, this will work just the same. We're gonna start at 1% here. And we're gonna start working our way up to 25 to 50%. It is currently at, I'm using the YN-360 app, and that actually works pretty well compared to the remote. We are now at 50%. No diffusion, 3 feet back. Yeah, that's about 3 feet. Going up all the way to, and this is just in 5500, if you couldn't tell, which you probably could just because this looks a lot more blue than anything. And is now at 99%, and I am blown out like a ghost. All right, now that's off. We're gonna start going up from the 3200 Kelvin side. That's 1%. Slowly going up. We are now at, this app is not wanting to work with me today. This thing is so slow. 50% right here. Going up all the way to 75. And now 99% now. Gonna raise up the white balance on the, I'm gonna raise up the 5500 real quick, all the way up to 100, then we'll just work our way down halfway to 50-50, and then all the way down back to 1. Working our way up to 100% here. I'm looking even wider than before. Now we're at 100% on both ends. Now I'm gonna raise it down, go down about 50%, and then down to 10 or 1%, and see how that looks from there. And here's both lighting colors at 50%. We're gonna go down to 1% now and show you guys kind of how that looks. And mind you, this is 3 feet away, no diffusion. You guys would definitely have this a lot farther away. And this thing just works really good for YouTube lighting is what I'm trying to get across here. And this is 1% on both 5500 Kelvin and 3200 Kelvin. I personally never go above 10 on almost anything I do regarding YouTube, just because it's all, the light's always so close to the camera, everything's so close together. It just works pretty well, just having a little bit of diffusion on it and having it back a couple feet. It's perfect for YouTubing, honestly. That's my favorite thing about it, is it's so small, it's compact, I can stick it onto the side, I can have it set up in minutes, and that way it works perfectly for any of these videos I want to do. It would be a little small for any production stuff that you would want to do. That is a big problem with it, and that's something you can work with if you want. Personally, I enjoy this for mostly YouTube. There is another model above it, the YN-600. That one is one I would actually prefer for more production stuff, but that's another video for another time. If you guys do want to get this light, I'll leave it in a link in the description down below so you guys can get this off Amazon. It is not an affiliated link. I am not fancy enough to have one of those. Hopefully this review has been informative and short for you guys. If you have anything else you want to add, let me know in the comments down below as well, because I'm always trying to learn and grow. And yeah, share this video with your friends. Okay, that's it for this one. I'm done. Okay, see, that wasn't so bad. It could have been a lot worse. Now, that being said, if you like this video, click that subscribe button to see more of these things. Click that little bell icon to get notified of all my videos. And if you guys want to help support me in other ways, check out my Patreon down below. With that being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out, guys.